explain the three different types of damage: physical damage, magical damage, and true damage.
Every champion deals physical damage through their basic attack by right-clicking on enemies. Several champion abilities also do physical damage. For example, Master Yi's ability on his Q, Alpha Strike, deals physical damage. As you can see, it scales with attack damage, so his ability and his auto attacks benefit from getting attack damage. Physical damage is reduced by acquiring armor.
Another type of damage is magical damage. The majority of magic damage is in the form of champion abilities. There are some champions such as Orianna and Diana that deal magical damage on their basic attacks. So for example, Diana needs ability power to make her abilities deal more damage. So while she deals some physical damage due to her basic attacks, she also scales from ability power. Magical damage is reduced by acquiring magic resist. The last type of damage is true damage. True damage is dealt only by certain champions with the ability to do so. The Ignite Summoner spell also deals true damage. True damage usually has a base value, but some abilities coming back to Master Yi have scaling on their true damage. Master Yi's E ability deals true damage, but it scales off his attack damage. The best way, but also only being a soft counter to countering true damage, is acquiring more health.
Attack damage and ability power don't just deal a certain type of damage, they're both scaling factors for champion abilities. Let us show you another example. Warwick is a champion that scales off of attack damage and ability power. His Q, Hungering Strike, scales off of ability power and deals magical damage. His ultimate scales off of attack damage and also deals magical damage. A side note, his ultimate applies on-hit effects, so it also adds in his basic attacks, making him essentially do mixed damage. So the scaling and damage is really dependent on the champion. I recommend when trying out a new champion to first research their abilities either in a custom game or the site I will link in the description. All the stats I've listed so far are in my room pages. But now we need to finish up with penetration. There are only two types of penetration because true damage is damage that is not mitigated by armor or magic resist, and it deals the exact amount described in the ability. We have armor penetration and magic penetration. They speak for themselves. They reduce the effectiveness of armor and magic resist, both of which reduce physical damage and magical damage by a percentage amount. Penetration reduces that reduction.
Now, you may ask with AD and AP, what's the point of penetration? Certain abilities have low scaling, but higher base damage, or they deal percent damage. Having penetration makes each type of damage deal more than just relying on AD or AP ability scaling.
So my magical damage page reduces magic resist, making it more effective for dealing magic damage overall. Armor and magic resist to reduce damage, and ability power to scale your abilities. Most magical damage abilities scale off of AP, but again, some scale off of AD, making magic penetration more useful for the overall kit of the champion. My physical damage page is similar, but it has more sustain than the lifesteal instead of penetration. The AD is important for less hitting minions, and attacking with basic attacks is more consistent damage. My final page makes support still deal magical damage, but still have a solid income along with resistances.
To learn more about champion stats, check out the League of Legends Wikia. We would love to cover more stats if there is enough interest in it. We do want to move on to other topics though, and just wanted to explain Tetsuyan's rune recommendations, which is why we linked the site. You will be able to learn about champions, items, and abilities on your own time. From here on out, we're going to be explaining more advanced topics,
such as jungling, war techniques, advanced champion techniques, and champion matchups.